Passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day! My apologies. Download the Giga Life app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart code.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it. Oh my God!
1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
basketball is pretty much alive here in the Philippines. From Northern Luzon, we count down south here at the Muntinlupa Sports Complex as we bring you the Filbasket Summer Championship 2022 presented by Pure Gold. So our second game of our triple header features AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers going up against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. So hello everyone who's watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Kumu, and our delayed telecast sa Solar Sports. Ako po si Ken Panlinan alongside Coach Mike Perez with our third member of our broadcast team, Miss Naj Cavaliers. Coach Mike, una sa lahat, belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ken.
Ayun nga, as you can see, we have two teams trying to bounce back. Itong AFP-FSD Makati Blazers coming off a tough loss against the San Juan Knights.
Yep, and what happened there was that, sabi nga ni Coach Ronnie Canting, I was talking to him earlier, case of opening jitters. And I think the numbers would really show, shooting miserably from the three-point region, 1 out of 10 for merely 10%. And then you see the difference in the disparity on the bench points at 35 and 56. There we see the number of percentages from three-point region, 10% compared to the 32% of San Juan Knights. And really the disparity there gave them that cushion for yung San Juan, no, na sumeparate dito sa sa AFP.
So good news
FSD.
para dito sa AFP Makati Blazers, they have reinforcements. Sa Kamilanda ko naman, we have the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, our visitors. Yun nga, nung first game nila, nahirapan din sila against the San Juan Knights. But in their second game, a totally different story.
Well, we are getting better at physicality. Sabi ng coach ng Kuala Lumpur, they're enjoying it. And it actually shows also in the numbers, no? We see there their one game over ICC 115 and 87. You could see the huge number of volume of three-pointers that they got. The attempts at 46 and 20 of those they converted. So almost 50% ang na-convert nila. And a lot of that happened in the first half. I think they took over, 23 attempts in the first half alone. And you see them sharing the ball with 34 assists. And the fast break points, these are not off conversions but off live turnovers which they convert into points for their favor.
Night and day, ika nga, in terms of their first two games. Speaking of the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, kasama ni Naj Cavaliers ang kanilang head coach, Guga Batumalay. Naj?
Thank you, Ken. A legend in Malaysian basketball, Coach Guga Batumalay. Coach, other than the fact when you first arrived in the Philippines, you went under quarantine. How are you enjoying the country so far?
It's good because long time never been to Philippines, and I'm surprised because I came here and need to quarantine for 5 days. But now we are enjoying staying here.
That's good, Coach. Coach, in the last game, your team did great. What do you think changed?
The first thing is everybody is making an adjustment because of the traveling, everything. So, guys, players adjust every time because the first game they are not prepared well. So the second game keep on adjusting. So now they are playing well.
That's good to hear, Coach Guga. Good luck and thank you very much. Thank you. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Naj. And coming up next, AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers going up against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. For our player introductions, we turn you over to Mr. Ryan Villena.
Good afternoon. This is Filbasket Summer Championship 2022, presented by Pure Gold. This is our second game of our triple header between the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers and the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. Are you ready? First, let's meet the starters of the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. At point guard, 5'11", from the University of Perpetual Health Delta, number 11, Keith Pidon. At shooting guard, 5'10", from Southern City College, number 30, Darwin Cordero. At small forward, 6'4", from the Philippine Air Force, number 6, Romeo Almerol. At power forward, 6'1", from Olivares College, Tagaytay, number 14, Jay Diwa. And at center, 6'3", from Adamson University, number 20, Jan Golina. The head coach of the Cavaliers is Ronnie Kahanding. And now the starters of Kuala Lumpur Aseel. At point guard, number 71, Ong Wei Yong. At shooting guard, number 7, Tem Zen Yi. At small forward, number 11, Wong Yi Ho. At power forward, number 55, Kwek Tian Yuan. And at center, number 5, Megan Adiban. The head coach of the Kuala Lumpur Aseel is Guga.
So now our starting five for both teams, starting off dito sa Makati, Almerol, Diwa, Colina rounding up the front line, and on their backcourt si Pido and Cordero. Amgantala sa Kuala Lumpur, Wong, Kwek, Megan, Ong Wei Yong, and Tem Jinje rounding out the five para dito sa Aseel. And noticeably absent in the starting lineup is their shooting guard, the hot shooting Mei Chun.
Yeah, that is the big question there, Ken. Who's going to fill up the void nung mga three-pointers ni Mei? And the coach said that basically it's rotations, and they expect other players to step up in the absence of Mei.
So our first quarter is underway. Unang tanan ng bola mapupunta dito sa ating mga bisita. Yi-O. Aggressive drive to the hoop and right on cue.
Well, that's totally off from how they usually run their offense. They run it through threes, but now dribble penetration inside by the big man. I like that.
And makikita mo itong mga nakaitim, Coach Mike, really long and lanky from each position.
And you could see the size disparity from a height standpoint versus FSD. But I think from a heft standpoint, babawi rin itong FSD dito because you've got really, I guess, physical players inside for AFP. You have si Diwa, you have Colina, and
si Almerol.
Almerol, right, also being there for them inside the paint.
Speaking of the Cavaliers, you've mentioned they struggled from beyond the arc, but luckily for them, they have reinforcements na will be coming off the bench in this game.
Right, and let's not forget, itong si Renz Alcoriza is also coming off the bench, so this guy can score as well. And with the introduction for the very first time of playing itong si Custodio, no, as well as Villahermosa, that's going to be added firepower, ika nga sabi ni Coach Ronnie Kahanding, para sa Makati team.
As ito, Megan Mahadivan loses the leather. Pido grabs the ball. So 2-1 is our count, approaching the 9th minute mark of the first quarter.
Ganda ng depensa ng Kuala Lumpur.
Good defense here. Ayun na nga, muntikan na maagaw. Almerol, mid-range J is good.
That's what you like about Almerol. This guy coming off that jumper of that pickup na possession, and that's his range actually, itong si Almerol.
He actually played in the 8th UNTV Cup, representing din itong AFP Cavaliers as Tem J. Fadeaway J is good.
So far, scoring's been pretty good para dito sa dalawang teams na to. Not to say that they're not playing defense, it's just that the shots are really going in for these two teams.
Probably isa sa mga pwedeng asahan nila in the absence of Mei. Ito si Tem J.
That's
who
right.
Had 19 points and 3 3-pointers in their last game against the ICC Blue Hawks.
And we'll see how he steps up. So beautiful help down low there by Kuala Lumpur.
So ito for the black shirts, Wei Yong, lob pass, Kwek Tien Yen, who really struggled in the first two games. Ito si Kwek Tien Yen, one of their mainstays, not only here but for the Malaysian National Team.
Right, and one thing that I noticed from the big guys, I was talking to the coach earlier as well, is that the guards are really good in the Kuala Lumpur team. But when you look at the bigs, there's still some, I guess, skills that need to be acquired, and so that's what they're working on. That's what they said as they prepare for the SEA Games.
As that shot goes in for the Cavaliers, as Filbasket is brought to you by Sealyung Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. So palitan lang tayo ng score dito early in the first. Wei Yong being hounded by Pido. I guess too aggressive there. Natawagan siya ng foul ni referee Jojo Belnas.
And that's the physicality that this team brings against Kuala Lumpur. They know that from a perspective, medyo lamang sila, kaya medyo bungguan ng konti early on the game just to, make them feel na nandito kami and we're not going to go away and give you easy points.
Mahadevan, ayan. Beefy matchup against Jan Colina. Good fake, pero nasupalpal doon. Sa kabilang dako tayo ngayon. Cordero swings it.
They're going on that weak side screen. Somebody's gonna come off that post.
Great defensive job here by Jem Jinte. 6 seconds sa kanilang shot clock, but Cordero.
Darwin Cordero just right there in the nick of time, saving that possession for FSD Makati.
On the other end, Megan Mahadevan driving strong to the hoop as we turn you over to Ms. Najmi Cavaliers for this report.
Yes, Ken, mukhang ready na nga ang AFP-FSD nung nakaraang laro daw nila. Hindi sila masyado nakapag-practice kaya naging challenge sa kanila ang laban nila sa San Juan Knights. Kaya lahat naman sila alam na yung mga pagkakamali nila. Last game, hindi dapat maulit sa laro na to. Samantalang sa Kuala Lumpur, Aseel, talagang ang nakapag-adjust na sila sa laro. Lalo na daw hindi na sila pagod sa biyahe dahil malapit lang daw sa area ang hotel nila. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Naj. Megan Mahadevan misses on that second free throw. So lamang dito ang Cavaliers 7-4. Under 7 minutes left in the first. As Diwa with that transition bucket.
Kuala Lumpur defense caught napping that time. Akala nila very slow break yung pagbaba, but immediately off that transition, late ang defense itong FSD.
So Kokho. Pasa dito. Good passing inside pero naagaw. Muntikan pang maagaw dito. Tem Jinje kicks it out. Quick Tin Yen for free. No. And really a good job being physical ito mga Cavaliers.
Right, saka nakikita mo yung difference without Maymay, no? In that game, in that last game nila with ICC, they opened that quarter with 4 3-pointers, 4 of them coming from Maymay. So without that movement of Maymay coming off screens, getting to the open spots, you don't have that guy in the corner that you can pass off to with a free 3.
Sa very stark contrast, Coach Mike, nung second game nila, really fluid yung ball movement nila. But starting in this game, marami na silang turnovers and fumbles.
Yeah, as we see right there after that drive earlier by Mahadevan of Kuala Lumpur. I like this guy, no? He kind of stepped on this foot. Hopefully it's not something that's serious. Sana makapabalik pa siya sa game dahil kailangan nila ang presence niyan para sa game na ito.
So napersahan muna siyang lumabas dito. But yun, a total blunder para dito sa mga nakaitim. Backing violation whistle there.
Yun yung mga error na kung ikaw yung coach, medyo mapapapikit ka na lang at mapapangiwi ka ng konti dahil you don't want those unforced errors lalo na as you leisurely bring the ball up court.
9-4 is our tally approaching the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Cordero rather. This time, attempts a three, wala. And banggaan, kiskisan doon sa loob. At bola mapupunta dito for the Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
Well, surprisingly, Kuala Lumpur is doing a good job of boxing out FSD from the paint. No, I was expecting that it would be the other way around, but in here, kita mo, once the ball's in the air, they locate the player that's close to them, preventing them from getting to that possession, and eventually forcing that turnover in their favor.
So palitan muna ng tao dito. Former Adamson Falcon, Chad Alonso coming into the game alongside ito si Tano, their big man. So, almost 6 minutes remaining dito sa first quarter. Coach Mike, medyo yung physicality nga nitong Cavaliers really showing its teeth early on in the first. As we thank Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship.
Well, you're right on that, Ken. I think that's one test that Coach Ronnie Kahanding would like to give the Kuala Lumpur team on how they respond to that physicality and try to wear them down. What's interesting though, is nasa loob na si Hubert Cani.
Yun nga, Hubert Cani only 5 minutes
right
nung first game nila. So interestingly, ito pumukol ng tres. Nagparamdam agad, Coach Mike.
Well, immediately, one of the things that I noticed in their last game is yung hirap silang ibaba yung bola. But now, very casual yung pagdala ng bola. They have more stability with Hubert Cani on the floor.
And noticeably, ito si Hubert Cani really trimmed down his weight for this tournament.
Oh yeah, I think that's the competitor in Hubert Cani. He's one of the really good guards that we have. And he brings a lot of flexibility to Coach Ronnie Kahanding for his team. Look at that move. Look at that move. The shot didn't get in though. But he went to that free spot. He was able to take that free shot though.
Good hesitation move. Kaya lang, hindi na-convert yung basket for the former FEU Tamaraw. So, pasok dito ng reinforcements. Renz Alcoriza and Hel Francisco checking in para dito sa Makati.
I like that substitution. You have Cani, you've got Alcoriza, and you've got Hel, who's going to be bringing more agility and activity from a guard standpoint dito sa FSD.
So, our prize money sponsor is brought to us by Medisure Pharmacy. 12-4 is our tally. Just past the halfway point of the first, Tano grabs the board.
Kuala Lumpur looking a bit hesitant on their offensive sets, Ken. Iba talaga yung nandun yung Maymay, no? Alam mo yun, yung nandun yung magaling mo kakampi na medyo kumpiyansa ka ng konti.
Alcoriza uses that screen, drives down the lane.
He had the right idea in mind, driving through the middle of that key, hoping that the weak side defender would close out on him. Pero natapik lang yung bola, but the ball will remain with FSD.
Only 8 seconds on their shot clock. Tano being hounded by Wee Yong-gan.
Gotta be aware of the clock.
2 seconds left. Alcoriza, jumper is pure! Long 2.
But that's what you love with Renz Alcoriza.
Yon, long 2, so 12-4 is our tally. Unang timeout natin as we take a look at that gorgeous cross-court pass. Setting up ito si Alcoriza for that high looper. So 8-point lead ang kanilang kalamangan. Magbabalik po kami dito sa Filbasket Summer Championship. Back here inside the Muntinlupa Sports Complex. Watch me, Maymay. Ito si Chun Hongting. Last time out, 31 points tying. Ito si Patrick Cabaug for most 3-pointers in a game with 9 conversions. But unfortunately, wala nga siya dito sa larong ito, Coach Mike.
Yeah, and for all the Maymay fans out there, you're wondering why he's not here. Well, he competed in the 3x3 in Doha. He competed yesterday and is on his way back, so hindi siya abot dito sa game na to. But definitely on the next game, he'll be joining back the Kuala Lumpur team.
So to penalty situation against dito sa mga nakaputi. As coach, ito Commissioner Jaire is looking on, always busy on the sidelines, Coach Mike.
Well, always, that's the dedication of Sir Jai Reyes to improving Filbasket and making it available to the Filipinos who really have this passion for hoops.
As ito, Wee Yong-gan now at the free throw line. So ito, 4 minutes, 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel still groping for form early on here. Ito, full court pressure being employed. Itong Aseel, as one of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. Sa Manila Kingpin Cebu, so abangan nyo yan. Coach Mike?
I was going to say that was actually a much better way of breaking that press by FSD compared to the last time how they did it, where they had their point guards really turning their back in the front court, so not giving that enough visibility on how the movement is in the front court. But with Hubert Cani in the back court, bringing that ball down, everybody's just looking up the floor and not turning their backs, and everybody's just ready whenever that pass is gonna go their way.
Samantala, ito, Hel Francisco, ito, double black eye, natawagan ng foul and penalty situation, back to the line. Ito si Wee Yong-gan.
Ito si Hel Francisco, siguro kahit na umabot tayo ng 10 overtime, okay lang dito kasi nag-participate sa basketball marathon. I don't know if you've heard that, wherein they played roughly about 6 days straight pure basketball pa as part of their fundraising for the Yolanda victims. They played a total of 120 hours. That's 6 days in all. And talaga nga naman yung dedication daw ng mga players there just for the victims of the Yolanda.
Grabing performance yun, as we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard, Montes Sports Scoring Solutions for our digital scoreboard. Under 4 minutes left.
Ooh!
Renz Alcoriza finally knocking down a three-pointer.
Hand up, hand down. That guy's gonna make that three each and every time. Look at him hustle on the defensive end.
Talagang hirap na hirap maka-generate ng opensa. Pero a little too aggressive against itong si Renz Alcoriza, the former Arellano chief.
Alam mo naman yung mga shooters like we see in there, that pass in the corner and that shot. Look at that. Catch and shoot over a taller defender. That's what Renz Alcoriza does for them. And I was telling Coach Ronnie Kahanding earlier, you guys seem frustrated with setting up Alcoriza in the first quarter. Was it something that affected your rotation from an offensive standpoint? And he said yes. Kaya tumingin kami sa iba na paraan kung paano kami makakuha ng puntos. And thankfully, gumanda rin depensa namin, dumikit yung third quarter. Kaya lang medyo, you know, things didn't go their way in the latter part of the game.
Yeah, actually, when you look at their lineup nung very first game, parang siya lang talaga yung legitimate threat from beyond the arc.
Right.
Kaya nga 1 out of 10 sila overall.
Yeah, kasi he was coming off Iverson cuts, he was coming off elevator screens, pero talagang nandun sa harap yung depensa eh.
Speaking of, Renz Alcoriza being hounded here by Wei Yonggan. 10 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock.
High pick and roll. He's feeling it.
He's feeling it! Indeed! Second straight three, courtesy of Alcoriza.
Wouldn't be good to be Renz Alcoriza today, Ken. Oh, wow.
Samantala, gandang bawi dito kay Ling Wansong. Fishing that foul against Chad Alonzo.
And they needed that. They needed that. They didn't want to go down deeper after that booming three from Alcoriza. You know, they want to stop that momentum to be able to close that gap. As we see that shot again by Alcoriza.
Yun. That free is brought to you by Smart. Simple. Smart ako. Wansong unable to capitalize on that end one play. 3 minutes left. 10 ang hinahabol dito ng ating mga bisita. But a turnover there by Renz Alcoriza.
Well, that time around, that pass by Alcoriza, didn't really see that baseline drift supposedly coming from Hubert Cani as he drove the middle. So, for all the basketball fans out there, very basic for playing basketball, baseline drive, there's a baseline drift, somebody has to fill that corner so that you can release pressure from the guy that's going for that layup.
And look who's back here for the Cavaliers, number 4, Mark Villahermosa, being fielded in para dito sa Makati as Tano grabs the board. Kani looking for a friend. Nice behind the back dribble. Ang gandang pasa sana pero nabasa doon ni Kwek.
Kita mo kanina doon sa defensive end para dito sa FSD. Oh, the moment na bumaba yung bola sa ilalim ng 3-point region, there are 4 players inside the paint already ganging up, anticipating that drive, knowing that they don't have a Maymay. I'm sure kung nandiyan si Maymay, they won't do that. They won't sacrifice that sagging defense.
Samantala, 10 pa rin ang kalamangan nitong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers.
And so far, AFP can shooting very well from the field at 57%, 50% from 2, and 75% from 3-point region para dito sa AFP. While on the 3-point side naman for Kuala Lumpur, they're all out of 1. Not even the volume attempts are there para sa Kuala Lumpur.
Actually, more than half of their offense really generated from 3-pointers when you look at their field goal attempts. As ito, timeout muna tayo. Itong Makati suing for time. So lamang sila dito 20-10. We'll be right back.
Pwede natin i-focus.
Take a look here of our good crowd na nanonood dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Complex. Coach Gerson Cabiltes among our spectators kasama si Assistant Coach Joseph Guion.
Grabe, ganyan ka-intense ang basketball dito sa Filbasket. Imagine, Coach Jerwin Cabiltes going out down south para lang tingnan itong game na ito.
Shot clock winding down. In fact, 2.6 seconds na lang ang nalalabi para makashoot itong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers.
And more heft with Chad Alonso on the floor para sa FSD.
Alcoriza na naman! Nagliliyap ang kanyang kamay. That's his third three-pointer.
If I'm not mistaken, he's 4 out of 5 from the three-point region. That guy has taken over what we're missing from Maymay.
Ayun. So actually, third three-pointer, 11 points.
All right.
Ito si Renz Alcoriza. But still, nonetheless, very impressive so far.
Oh,
Kaya naman, 30-point lead ang kalamangan nitong mga nakaputi. Samantala, may foul na naman laban dito sa Cavaliers.
There you can see the importance of the presence of a Maymay. That lane side was open. Number 11 took that lane. Kung nando si Maymay sa corner, they wouldn't be on help side defense eh. But without Maymay and the three-point threat, they can easily go in and try to help, but that time they were called for a reach.
You talk about this guy, Coach Mike, Yi Wong Ho. Second leading scorer para dito sa Aseel. Pero kailangan siguro siya na kumamada dito without Maymay. 15.5 points per ball game. And the good thing about him, Coach Mike, really doing a good job getting to the line. 13 out of 16 so far from his free throws.
That's right, that's right. And really, he really has to step up and do that in the absence of Maymay. Somebody has to do that for their team so that they'd still be competing towards the end, they still have a chance to beat this team.
Joffer Custodio, pinasok na dito. Isa pang amador para dito sa Makati.
And Villahermosa also on the floor, sharing that floor with these guys.
Custodio, swing pass. Hubert Cani, corner three. No. Iho for the board. Time down to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Wee Yonggan steps up. Knocks down that three.
That should get them going of some sorts from beyond the arc. They're now 1 out of 2 from the three-point region. Hopefully that starts something for Kuala Lumpur.
Villahermosa naman. This time, wala yon. Ito na, the Kuala Lumpur running on the floor. Wei Yong, pasa dito. Wee Yong Ho for three.
Those last two sequences for Kuala Lumpur is exactly the brand of basketball that they play. They try to get live turnovers, convert it to fast break points, and if they can hit somebody who's open from the three, they do that.
Nice drive and kick offense there. At ito, natawagan si Wei Yong for that personal.
I like the rotation of Kuala Lumpur on that corner trap. When they saw that ball passed onto the corner, immediately yung high wing guy went on to help out and possibly trap that corner for Kuala Lumpur.
So palitan dito, dalawang Adamson Falcon, Chad Alonso checking out in favor of itong si Jan Colina. 46 seconds left sa shot clock with 14 seconds left on the shot clock rather. Ito na si Custodio. Gandang pasa, Villahermosa, nice swing pass. Hubert Cani lets it fly. Rattles out. Ayun, may foul na naman. So free throws na naman tayo dito.
If you're Coach Ronnie Kahanding, you're not making those shots, pero you're happy because you're getting to those spots na pinag-uusapan nila in practice. See that shot is open, that really just rattled out. But had that went in, we would have said a different narrative to that shot.
Actually, Kuala Lumpur na tawagan. So baseline inbound tayo, pero pinamigay ulit nila yung bola. So last shot time para dito sa ating mga bisita. The Malaysians trailing by 5 points, 32 seconds left in the first. Wei Yong quarterbacking against Marvel Hermosa. Gets it to Yiho. At free throws na naman para dito sa number 11. Itong mga nakaitim.
Yiho coming off that floppy, that set up on the right side of the floor. And they're really looking for him to score and produce para sa Kuala Lumpur.
So Yi Wong Ho, who played for the Westport Malaysia Dragons alongside Joshua Munzon And yung naglaro kanina, yung player of the game, si Patrick Cabahog of the Danau City MJAS Zenith as he knocks down that first free throw.
How about that Patrick Cabahog kanina? Grabe, ano?
Ibang klase.
He started the game with triples and he said, tama na to. Ibabasket ko na yung mga 3 points para matapos na yung laro. Grabe yun. But, you know, sayang for AMA Online. That was a close game. But towards the end, it really was just a Patrick Cabahog game.
So ito, dumidikit dito ang 10-0 run actually para dito sa Kuala Lumpur Aseel with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Villahermosa pulls up from beyond the arc. It's good. As time winds down here in the first quarter. So itong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers lamang po ng 6 na puntos kontra dito sa Kuala Lumpur Aseel. Second quarter in just a bit, but ito, some of the highlights of the first.
Those 3-pointers from Alcoriza and also those conversions, that other 3 from Kuala Lumpur really pouring it on kahit nawala si Maymay. And how about Alcoriza, who's really waxing hot, feeling himself. Got 3 3-pointers in the game, and to end the quarter, we've got Villahermosa ending that, punishing the zone defense of Kuala Lumpur.
26-20 is our tally. Second quarter ay babalik po tayo dito sa Filbasket Summer Championship.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
You talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it. Oh my God!
And on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win.
Nagbabalik tayo dito sa Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Pure Gold. Ako po si Ken Pangilinan alongside Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, early lead for the AFP Makati Cavaliers, led by as much as 13 points, pero maganda ang naging habol itong ating Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
Well, credit to the schemes that's done here by Coach Ronnie Ganding and the FSD team, but also credit to Kuala Lumpur for staying despite missing a lot of production from Maymay. But as we look at the 3-point attempts, actually both teams are doing pretty good from a percentage standpoint. You've got Kuala Lumpur going 2 out of 3 for a 66% clip, while FSD is up with 55%. Look at that move!
Sayang!
That's a travel right there, clearly.
Nagtinikling doon si Wong Iho. So
mukhang kailangan introduce mo yung tinikling.
Kaya nga eh. So 5 on the floor para dito sa mga nakaputi. Villahermosa, Formento, Colina, Cordero, at ito si Joffer Custodio. As ito, Jan Colina, that undergoal stab is pure.
Yan ang maganda kay Jan Colina. He doesn't have enough post moves, pero yung mga mid-range floater niyan talagang effective.
Still struggling. Ito si Kwek Chen Yen from beyond the arc. Villahermosa. Sends it to Custodio. Ito, dalawang bagong pasok para dito sa Cavaliers.
Kuala Lumpur now going on a zone defense, and FSD just trying to break that zone.
Colina trying to manufacture that shot. Wong Yiho really aggressive early on in this game. Wei Yong, their point guard. Kasama dito si Jen Jinte. At ito, Kwek Chen Yen, Wong Yiho, at ito si Wei Song. 6 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Wei Yong rather. Mauubusan na kasi nila ng 24 dito, but Jen Jinte almost bails them out. Rebound dito kay Formento.
Well, it seems like a step slower tong Kuala Lumpur. Now they got another steal. This is their kind of basketball. Open floor, off a live turnover. That's where really doon nila nakukuha yung mga puntos nila. Every time, if you notice, pag nag-basket yung kalaban nila, in this case, FSD, they don't go on an early offense scheme. They don't go for an initial run. Instead, they bring down the ball leisurely and set up their offensive sets.
So gusto namin pasalamatan ng Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. So bagong mukha dito, Xian Fu. So probably ito yung pumalit sa lineup in favor nito si Mei Mei as Jen Te. For 3, wala, but quick with the follow-up.
Solid screen put up there. Shot didn't go in, but good play there for Kuala Lumpur.
Their team captain finally on the board for the Aseel. Under 8 minutes remaining, still a 6-point lead.
Now they're on a zone.
Colina.
Trying to control the outside shots.
Good inside pass para dito kay Almerol. Ganda ng cut doon, Coach Mike.
Yep, ganda ng cut ni Almerol doon. And you could see that this guy is really very basic basketball. Alam mo, he's part of the Air Force because he was inspired by his dad. He's plays forward, no? And his real dream is really to be a military just like his father. So he just followed suit and eventually nagkaroon ng UNTV Cup where he played and he realized there is something that I can also gain by sharing his talent of basketball by joining these leagues.
At ang magandang galaw na yon ay hatid sa inyo ng Pure Gold.
As we see Coach Sunny Manukat there, one of the former San Beda Red Lions, played together with Boy Beach Victoria of San Beda back in the days.
Samantala, may natawagan na technical foul dito. It looks like on Joffer Custodio.
Oh, it's very unfortunate. Ganda pa naman ng... Right now, it's an 8-point lead for FSD, pero medyo dumidikit ng konti ang Kuala Lumpur in this game.
Kwek Chen Yen, their team captain. So, nung first 2 games sila, Coach, only 3.5 points, 5 rebounds a game, 3 out of 13 field goals, really struggling. Alam nyo naman, ito, matagal lang manlalaro para dito sa Malaysian National Team.
Yep. And the coach earlier when I said...
So yun, si referee Jojo Belnas explaining. So yung second incursion nung kanilang faking a foul. As we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multisport Scoring Solutions for our digital scoreboard. As we turn you over to Naj Miravalles for this report.
Thank you, Ken. Nakausap natin kanina si Coach Ronnie Kahanding ng AFP-FSD Makati. He said na his players are in a good playing condition today. Talagang determinado sila bumawi dahil nga ayaw nilang maulit ang nangyari last game. Paalala lang niya sa kanyang players na dapat nilang isipin yung laro nila last time at siguraduhin na may natutunan silang aral from that. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Naj Miravalles, for that report. At balik dito sa loob si Renz Alcoriza, Coach Mike.
Consistent yung message ni Coach Ronnie Kahanding. Ika nga, when you lose, you don't lose the lesson. So gusto niya ipaalala yun na kailangan may natutunan tayo doon para hindi sayang ang pagkatalo natin.
Alcoriza pumasok sa loob, kicks it out. John Formento, wala yon. Jem Gente for the board.
Here we go.
4-on-2 break. Wei Yong barrels through the lane.
Somehow that's a skill set I think that the coach of Kuala Lumpur could actually work on. Maybe on the footworks, lalo na on the post move, what we saw earlier. Could have gone a different way yung kung naiplant ng mabuti yung mga footwork. Kaya lang minsan napipilitan na yung big man nila because they couldn't have those, still don't have those skill set for a big man move. But the guards are really good when you look at the footwork and from a read standpoint on the different schemes.
Back to a double-digit lead for Makati, 32-22. As Filbasket is brought to you by Silyong Fiber, manufactured by Loni Agri Corporation. 10 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Wei Yong, the southpaw, kicks it out. 3 seconds left.
Gotta put this up.
Just in the nick of time, kaso wala yon. Formento. Nawala ng tuluyan. Kontra dito sa Cavaliers, balik dito sa Aseel.
I feel that wasn't the right pass that Formento should have done. He could have gone over the head to Alcoriza, who was in the corner just waiting for that easy pass. Could have been an easy 3 for Alcoriza though.
Parang nagulat siya, biglang nakabalik yung depensa and yun na nga, resulting into a turnover.
Tsaka hindi niya na-expect na magkakatra niya isang kakampi niyang big man no? For that open bounce sana.
Shan Fu, magic bunot, kaso wala yon. Formento, na-foul doon ni Xian Fu. Gotta love the dreadlocks, coach, ha?
Yup. And tsaka ngayon ang FSD medyo intentional yung paglaro nila. Unlike before, parang in the first game, parang feeling mo parang medyo defensive sila. They're not looking to attack. They're really just trying to get the ball over. But now, very intentional sila sa mga atake nila sa offensive side.
Colina at the right flank.
Oh, good read.
Mid-range jumper, wala. But Alcoriza sneaks in that reverse layup.
If you don't stop moving, eventually you'll be rewarded. That time around, an air ball landed on his arm. As you see that good jab step, but the shot was too long. Rebounded there. Alcoriza just in the nick of time for that undergoal stab.
So that acrobatic move of the game is brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako. Mintis doon si Alcoriza, pero yung offensive rebound sa panig pa rin ng Cavaliers. Pull-up J from Formento, wala. Tip-in is good by Jan Colina.
Jan Colina is very comfortable from 10 feet in. And nakikita mo yung niya, yung mga movements niya. As you see that side step, oh, beautiful block right there.
Largest lead na ito para dito sa Cavaliers at 14 points. Diwa plans to add on to that lead as Renz Alcoriza short on that triple. Diwa with the offensive board. Ganda ng dukot, coach.
Grabe yun. Pinihit na. Nagamitan pa ng bangko kahit pasado alas 5 na.
Ito medyo umaalagwa na dito ang Makati. That's why itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel is forced to call a timeout as Alcoriza with that miss, pero gandang dukot nitong si Diwa, and that move of the game is presented to you by Pure Gold. So timeout muna tayo, 16-point lead by the Cavaliers. Jan Colina, a steady presence kontra sa San Juan Knights. 11.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, really carrying itong AFP-FSD Makati Blazers in their first game.
And part of the reason AFP with this big 16-point lead is because of second chance points, which already shows the advantage in the paint by the team from Makati. 15-2 on second chance points. And kitang-kita mo sana kung pumapasok yung mga 3 points nila, it even adds up more to the production of the Cavaliers.
Dagdag mo na dyan, Coach. 12-2 scoring tayo dito sa second quarter. Approaching the halfway point of the first half. Xiao Jian, good pass inside for Megan Mahadevan.
One of the very few times, clean execution of a side pick and roll. I like this guy, number 5, really.
Oh, big wide body, can move down the floor. But seemingly, Coach, first 2 games niya, not impressive numbers, but really yung intangibles na pinapakita niya para dito sa Aseel.
Right. And you know, the progression from game to game, yun naman ang importante sa kanila, lalo na as they prepare for the SEA Games, and you want to see that progression on the players and the team.
Hel Francisco, pinasok na dito. Chad Alonso, 6 seconds left to work with. Kicks it out to Kani. Bailout shot, wala. Board lang tinamaan, so ito na ang mga naka-Aseel. Wow! A new player here.
And it's almost automatic, Ken. Every time FSD misses or loses a possession, that converts into a fast break point in favor of Kuala Lumpur.
Nagulat ako kasi inactivate din pala nila. Ito si Wing Jet who was the slam dunk champion noong 2019 sa kanilang Malaysian League.
Sana makakita tayo ng dunk ngayon, no?
Actually, Coach, nung when he was competing in the slam dunk competition, as we take a look at this acrobatic drive by Wing Jet, yun nga, going back to him, nag-Spider-Man costume yan, Coach.
Talaga?
Oh.
Nice.
Part of his theatrics nung slam dunk contest.
But I don't think he'll have time to change to a Spider-Man costume.
Samantala, 12-point lead pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng mga Malaysians. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Full court pressure. As our prize money sponsor is brought to us by Medisure Pharmacy. Megan Mahadevan right on cue. 4 straight points.
I'll just call him Megan. Megan's really great at doing that role twice already. I think we need him in this game for Kuala Lumpur.
Samantala, Alcoriza kapos sa kanyang 3.
Alcoriza now, I think, has missed 2 of his last shots from beyond the arc. Maybe a little bit of fatigue coming in or setting in. Hopefully that doesn't affect his rhythm, especially as we head into the latter part of the game.
Medyo pilit na yung mga tira. As trying to inch closer. Itong mga black shirts. Xiao Jian penetrates. Floater is good.
Thrice already, we've seen that interior defense collapse para sa FSD. And that's maybe a cause of concern for Coach Ronnie Kahanding and Coach Sani Manukat.
Single-digit lead na lang ang hinahabol. But a foul whistled against Megan Mahadevan on that Chad Alonso drive.
Yeah. That's a classic Chad Alonso move. I remember back in the day when I was watching this, minsan nalilito ko between Romel Aducol dito at Chad Alonso. You get, nangyari na ba sa'yo? Minsan nalilito ko sa kanya.
Oh!
Pareho ng frame, pareho ng tapos pareho pang big man yung laro, di ba?
Isama mo na dyan, Coach, si Megan Mahadevan.
Correct.
Resemblance niya si Joseph Gabayni.
Correct.
Di ba?
That's right.
Marami ka-look-alike dito sa Filbasket. Kaya kung gusto nyo makakita yan in person, nood lang kayo dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Complex. As Chad Alonso misses on that first free throw.
Of course, Chad Alonso, one of the ex-PBA players para dito sa FSD.
9-point lead being enjoyed by the white shirts. As a Malaysian player down on the floor, that's Megan Mahadevan.
Oh my. He's holding on to his left knee. He's holding on to his left knee.
The big guy, hopefully it's nothing too serious.
And he's played really well since he came in this quarter. And we just hope he's able to walk it off. He's trying to. But talagang you see him in pain. Let's see that on the replay. There you go. He fumbles. Dribbles, passes that. Oh, it's by himself. He injured himself. No contact from anyone. Oh.
But the good thing, Coach, good news, medyo nakakalakad siya ng maayos. So, tingnan natin. Sana it's nothing serious. Naghihinit pa naman siya dito sa second quarter.
And I was saying, dalawa yung role na ginawa niya doon sa two-man game earlier.
Under 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Wing Jet loses the ball. Tuloy na napunta dito sa Cavaliers. So 9-point lead pa rin being enjoyed by AFP-FSD.
And Kuala Lumpur doing a good job of keeping this game close by preventing what could be an explosion para dito sa FSD. As you see that run again by Kuala Lumpur after a live turnover. Immediately yan palagi ang ginagawa nila.
Wong Yiho trooping back to the line after that great defense. Already has 10 points.
Yep.
So siya talaga aasahan dito, Coach.
And you like how they communicate after yung mga ganong situation para dito sa Kuala Lumpur. And it's good to see your players, if you're the coach, them communicating in spite of them, struggling a bit in this game.
Coach, mostly of the attention nung first win nila kay Maymay. But what do you like para dito kay Wong Yiho?
Well, I like what he gives from a big standpoint. No, he shows that ability to be able to penetrate inside in the paint from the wing. which they don't have on the other bigs. They will just have them on the guards. So it gives them a little bit versatility, but he has to have somebody help him as well from the scoring production para dito sa Kuala Lumpur.
Both teams, nakita nyo, not really doing well at the free throw line as that drive is swatted away, pero may natawag na foul doon against Kwek Jin Yin. So pangalawa na yan. So Diwa heading to the line for 2 free throws. 2 minutes 16 seconds left in the second quarter as Diwa misses on that first.
May fatigue factor ng pumapasok ng konti. Right now, ang point production lang ng both teams are 13 and 10 from going 26 and 20 in the first quarter.
So one of our sponsors, itong Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch sa Cebu. So yung mga taga-Cebuano dyan, so bisitahin nyo yung Manila Kingpin Cebu. So abangan nyo yan, malapit na yan magbukas. Full court pressure being applied here by the Cavaliers, forcing a turnover. Actually, ganda nung save dito ni number 24 of the Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
Go hustle plays, talagang marireward ka, Ken, and the FSD cannot believe, well, one could not believe na umabot doon yung bola na nahabol pa, no? And they also could not believe that the possession is with Kuala Lumpur.
13 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Double team dito, forcing a jump ball.
He dribbled into that two-man trap with Cordero, so that possession will turn over to FSD.
So palitan muna tayo dito. Jem Genti replacing itong si Wing Jet. So medyo hirap punaan yung scoring ni Maymay itong Kuala Lumpur so far.
Yeah, and yung production ng FSD medyo go on a downtrend, which is good for Kuala Lumpur.
Meanwhile, a drive there by Yongjing. So, dalhin muna namin kayo kay Miss Naj Miravalles for this report.
Thank you, Ken. Nakausap nga natin si Megan Mahadevan. At kanina daw pala natamaan na rin talaga yung kanyang kaliwang tuhod. Kaya tinamaan daw ulit, kaya ang tingin nila ay magpapasa ito. Mamaya daw sa second half, titingnan pa nila kung makakapaglaro pa siya ulit. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Naj. So, hopefully nga, makabalik ito si Megan Mahadevan, who's having a brilliant quarter so far. 4 points in his name. As a 7-point lead, under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
An extended zone here para sa Kuala Lumpur, Ken.
Swing pass, Kani. Bigay dito kay Almerol. Francisco for that undergoal stab. Nandun naman si Diwa. Right place at the right time.
Well, I feel Kuala Lumpur could have done better on that zone defense, but talagang nakakapag-aggressive plays lang itong FSD, kaya naihahabol nila yung puntos na yun.
Our play inside. Excessive contact yata doon, kaya natawagan ng unsportsmanlike foul.
Yung Jing Kwan fouled and hacked on the head. And I think there's going to be a review, Ken. Let's see how that went. So, Chad Alonso got the leather. He lost it. Recovered by Yung Jin Kwan. And look to me, it's not a play on the ball. Look to me like a hit on the head. And we'll see what the officials say.
Tignan natin ang hatol ng referees. So yun, confirm on sportsmanlike foul whistled against Chad Alonso.
Doon sa sequence na yun, Ken, makikita mo kanina na talagang footwork is something of the big man, is something that Kuala Lumpur coach could work on. He could have spun the other way, yung hindi yung pinilit niya doon kung nasaan nandun si Chad. It could have been a better, I guess, lesser resistant shot for yung Kim Guan.
Oh, actually, talagang brute force na lang yung ginamit niya to try to attempt that shot.
Right. And brute force siya, ganun din si Chad Alonso, hindi naman lumundag na mataas, 'di ba? So talagang tinamaan na lang siya ng nung arm bar, so to speak, nitong ni Chad Alonso.
So 2 free throws plus ball possession. So yun.
Tsaka ito yung yung physicality na sinasabi ni coach kanina of Kuala Lumpur, that they're getting used to the physicality, but they're expecting na ibang klaseng level na physicality itong game na to. And true enough, yun nga yung nangyayari ngayon. that they're experiencing. And they want to have that because they want to gain that experience as well.
Meanwhile, a rare appearance by Reinhardt El Capo Mendoza for the Cavaliers. Xiao
Side
Jian.
screen and roll.
Kaso traveling ang natawag doon.
Again, it goes back to footwork. After you get that roll, you get that pass, you jump stop, and you wait to see if there's an open guy on the weak side wing or the weak side corner.
Approaching the 1-minute mark here in the second quarter. As gusto natin pasalamatan si Mayor Attorney Jamie R. Fresnedi, City Mayor ng Muntinlupa, and Congressman Rufy Biazon, the Lone District of Muntinlupa. Kick out pass dito, Wong Yiho attacks the rim. Thwarted there by Diwa. But good thing for the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. Na-save doon.
Wong Yiho, Ken, ano, kita mo, basang-basa na yung buhok niya. Ano si Dian. Pero parang hindi napapagod eh, no? Meron talagang age na ganyan eh. Sobrang adrenaline mo, hindi mo na napapansin yung, ano, yung pagod eh.
So it looks like we got a shot clock malfunction. So medyo may lull dito sa ating laro. So 42-35 is our tally, Coach Mike. So 54 seconds left in our first half. So Coach Mike, pag-usapan natin yung performance ng both teams so far. So itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel, medyo yun nga, namimiss nila yung services ni Maymay. Medyo up and down yung kanilang offense.
Right. Well, it's two things. No, first is points in the paint, which brings you yung rebounds and second chance points, in which in both cases ang nagli-lead dyan would be the FSD team. Points in the paint would be 18 and 14. A second chance point would be 18 versus 4. And I think the one that's really parang glaring yung impact sa Kuala Lumpur is the volume of threes that they have right now. Matapos na tong second quarter natin, they only attempted 9.
Yeah, so 7-point lead for Makati. Magbabalik kami. Balik tayo dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Complex kung saan labang ang AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers kontra Kuala Lumpur Aseel. 7 points ang kanilang kalamangan as Wong Yiho tries to cut down the lead. Wala yun. 35 seconds left here in the first half. Wei Yong, no good. Mendoza with the board.
Shot still not falling para dito sa Kuala Lumpur as we close out the half.
As Villahermosa, right corner pocket, wala. Good fast break play as Zem Genti is gone all the way.
Still enough time for one more attempt for FSD, Ken.
5-point lead, 5 seconds left. Villahermosa.
Oh.
Dumulas yung bola, so may pagkakataon pa itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel to cut this down to a single possession lead.
Now this is going to be very interesting. If they make this, they'll even close the gap between these two teams.
Half-court heave by Xiao Jian, almost. But at the end of the first half, lamang pa rin dito ang AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers 42-37 against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
And definitely, this is closer than we expected without Maymay para dito sa sa Kuala Lumpur. And, things are really, I guess, falling into place in the latter part of the second quarter para sa Aseel team.
So 5-point lead being enjoyed by the Cavaliers. Timeout mo kami. We'll be right back.
I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day! My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart a code.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Right, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the Prince loves it. Oh my God!
And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win.
Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day!
Back here in Muntinlupa for the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Pure Gold. A 5-point lead being enjoyed by the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. So Coach Mike, as we take a look at some of the highlights of this game, Renz Alcoriza really setting the tone for the Cavaliers.
Well, that really what started out for FSD, and you could see the impact immediately that Alcoriza did, apart from yung 4 points lang na limitation sa first 5 minutes nito para sa Kuala Lumpur. And then Alcoriza really just started waxing hot, hitting from threes and getting those cuts para sa FSD, more intentional both on the 3-point passing and the interior passing as well para dito sa SFD. Meantime, itong si Mega ng Kuala Lumpur, one of the very few bright spots in the absence of Maymay, contributing but unfortunately got injured towards the latter part of the second quarter. And here we have yung score natin, 42 and 37. Huge disparity here from a 3-point percentage. Just 20% for Aseel. Normally, baliktad dito mas mataas ang sa Aseel. And the more concerning dito is the volume of attempts that they got from the 3 points, only getting 10, which normally in their last game, they would have gotten to 23 with Maymay inside. And of course, the points in the paint and the second chance points rather at 18 and 4, huge disparity para dito sa AFP Cavaliers. As we look at the leading scorers, of course, Alcoriza Renz leading the charge para dito sa Cavaliers, and Aseel being led by Wong Yi-Ho in the absence of Maymay.
Yeah, Wong Yi-Ho forced to carry the scoring cudgels para dito sa Kuala Lumpur Aseel, who trailed by as much as 16 points in the first half. Let's see if they have a comeback in them. 5 na lang naman ang hinahabol nila dito.
Right, and there were runs that were answered by Kuala Lumpur. Kaya yung 14-4 na lead trimmed down to 20-23, but then they couldn't sustain it as well dahil nagkaroon rin ng run ulit itong FSD Makati.
Colina, pasa dito kay Pido, mid-range jumper, wala. Wei Yong with the board.
That's an all-important set. They want to start the half good para dito sa Kuala Lumpur. Oh.
Easy call by the referees there. Traveling ang tinawag doon kay Wei Yong.
Again, we can overemphasize this enough. Kanina na pag-usapan natin yung footwork, no? It's really is, I feel that's something na kailangang ma-address ng Kuala Lumpur team.
So 5 dito para sa Cavaliers. Pido, Alcoriza, Colina, Alonzo, and Almerol. Samantala sa kabilang dako for the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, we got Yiho, Kwek Tin Yen, Jen Jemche, Wei Yong, and Wei Yong.
Good coverage here by Kuala Lumpur on that high staggered screen para kay Alcoriza. And they were able to stop Alcoriza coming off that Iverson cut. Kaya na-delay 14 seconds on the shot clock na lang para dito sa FSD.
Good effort by Alcoriza, saving that possession para dito sa Cavaliers. 14 seconds reset sa shot clock nila. Colina, nahuli doon. Obvious call, chicken wing from Colina.
Paborito bang part ng chicken yon, chicken wing?
Pwede, coach.
Pwede, di ba?
Actually, nabanggit mo na rin si May May. Although wala siya sa larong to. Paborito niya yung Jollibee sa Amang Inasal.
Yeah, kanina nga kausap ko sila. That was a funny conversation I had with the Kuala Lumpur coach.
And yun, one of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. So yung mga Cebuano dyan, daghang salamat. Maayong hapon sa inyo. Abangan nyo yan, Manila Kingpin Cebu. Darating sa inyo.
Katulad nito kanina, nakita natin yung shot attempt. Hindi na naman tama yung pagkaka-box out ng Kuala Lumpur. Kaya nagkaroon ng second chance opportunity itong FSD Makati. Nice inbound play.
Colina, power play. Almerol, kicks it out. Alcoriza for free. Sobra yon.
Medyo lumamig ng konti si Alcoriza.
Wong Iho. Drives in the middle, kicks it out. Wei Yong, mid-range J is pure.
Wei Yong, I like that jumper. I like the release. I like the float. Enough air between the rim and the ball para to have enough trajectory para pumasok yung tira. That was a good one.
Yeah, actually, maganda yung nilaro niyan last game against ICC. 13.6 rebounds. As a drive down the lane, napigilan doon pero may foul na tawag against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. As we turn you over to Natch Miravalles. Natch, anong meron?
Thank you, Ken. Kanina nga sabi ni Coach Guga, bad defense na simula pa lang daw ng laro. At naniniwala siya na ang boys niya ay hindi naglalaro ng their usual self. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Yeah, obviously, Coach Mike missing the services of May May. Yung complexion ng kanilang offense, actually on both ends, really evident here in this ball game.
And for all those, again, May May fans, in case you're wondering bakit wala yung hot shooting three-pointer na si May May, well, he participated in the 3x3 in Doha and he's on his way home. And yung last report natin also is that mukhang minamadali na niya yung piloto. Baka umabot siya sa game.
At ba't naman hindi? Siyempre, nag-iinit siya.
Correct.
So far here in this tournament, he's actually the second leading scorer so far, 26.5 points per contest.
And May May has the highest percentage from a three-point make at 40%. And he's got the most volume at almost 16 per game. So talk about a player who attempts at least 16 times in a game and converting 40% of that. That's huge. It's got to show that confidence from long range para dito kay May May.
At syempre gusto natin pasalamatan ang Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship as Jan Colina converts on that undergoal slab.
So patuloy na ginagamit yung floater na paborito ni Jan Colina pag sa loob ng paint. Mahirap pigilan pagka ganun opportunity para kay Colina.
Wiyonggan manages to trickle in that shot. 3-point lead na lang ang hinahabol nitong Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
Oh, good defense there. Good defense.
Gandang magic bunot. Bagong pasok itong si Xiao Jian, number 24 of the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, forcing a turnover.
Yeah, and the thing is, nagstay lang siya in front. He didn't attempt to steal or whatever. Basta stay in front lang and nilitan niya yung space ng FSD player and so caused that turnover. Now they got a chance to trim down on this lead.
They've only been in the lead for 1.5 minutes.
Oh, nice play right there. Good setup job.
Sayang, nagmintis doon si Tem Genji. Nonetheless, good look. Samantala, etong Cavaliers trying to make good on this possession.
There you go.
Almerol posting up. Natapik palabas doon ni Kwek Chen Yen.
Ganun yung feeling ng FSD. They have that mismatch on the post and in the paint. Kaya tinignan mo kanina, ang pasa diretso sa poste. They could have gone to the stagger on the other end. But they opted for the post because they feel that's where the advantage is.
7 minutes remaining in the third. Baseline inbound. At naagaw na dito ng mga taga-Malaysia. Xiao Jia, nice! Cut inside! As Jem Genchi gets the bang in the bucket.
Zinji Tim, look at that, Ken.
And that pure gold move of the game, courtesy of Jem Genchi.
I love that they did it after a turnover and immediately running down floor nang hindi pa nakaset up yung defense. And seeing that gap inside, talagang, man, if you're a basketball fan, you gotta love this.
So isa dito sa inaasahan, si Jem Genchi. Tem Genji. I apologize, especially to our Malaysian fans who's watching all the way from Malaysia.
Right.
Happy viewing to you all. Your team is only down by 1. Make that a tied ball game courtesy of that free throw.
And don't you worry, your guys are loving the chicken joy and mangin asals here. So they're well taken care of.
Actually, there are many Malaysians really watching and tuning in to cheer their Kuala Lumpur Aseel squad. Now tied up against the AFP Cavaliers. Time down to 6 minutes and 38 seconds left. Mar Villahermosa, pinasok na dito.
Defense tighten up rather para dito sa Kuala Lumpur. Now they trim down that 5-second shot clock. So something's coming good para dito sa Kuala Lumpur.
Villahermosa pulls up from beyond the arc. Wala yon. Nakuha ni Colina. Wala pa rin. Really bothered by the defense.
That's a huge rebound. Now we expect Kuala Lumpur to go for another run here.
So we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multisport Scoring Solutions for our digital scoreboard. Tabla pa rin tayo dito. Approaching the 6-minute mark at natawagan ng offensive foul. Itong si Diwa of the Cavaliers.
Anytime that they get that opportunity to post up anyone on Kuala Lumpur, they'll take that. You see, after that miss, they did go for a run. They brought that ball slowly to the front court. Immediately when they saw that post up, they gave it to him. Kaya lang offensive foul ang tinawag.
Oh, nag-extend ng forearm. Ito si Diwa. 6 minutes left. Kaso, offensive foul din ang tinawag dito kay Kwek Chen Yen.
A little misdirection going right and eventually ending up in an elevator on the weak side wing. And medyo offensive foul ang tinawag doon para sa Kuala Lumpur.
So we're live here. We're live here on YouTube, on Kumu, on Facebook, and on TikTok. So maraming salamat sa lahat na nanonood. Maganda itong larong natutungayan nyo ngayon. 44 all, 5 minutes and 43 seconds left. Tormento na foul after that jumper.
Ganda ng setup na yon para dito sa FSD Makati. They started off with that side weave, ending up with a high pick and roll until si Tormento is na libre dun sa wing with a good pump fake, and he was fouled in the act.
And also we are on delayed telecast sa Solar Sports. So maraming salamat sa mga nanonood. At Coach Ronnie Kahanding trying to will his troops here in the third quarter. Actually, Coach Ronnie Kahanding was a former Adamson Falcon, also played for Alaska in the PBA back in 1992.
And Formento scoring his very first point in this game, but he's contributed well from a rebound and assist standpoint with 3 and 1 respectively.
Oh, Jan Formento actually top scored for them in their last game, 12 points, 4 assists. in 24 minutes against San Juan as a full court press being employed here by the Cavaliers.
Which just shows that he really needed help from a guard standpoint, itong si Formento in that last game. He didn't have Alcoriza, you know, producing much and exploding. And so in this game, medyo okay ng konti, but Kuala Lumpur is really sticking it in there. Oh, that's a travel.
Good defense by Marvil Hermosa, forcing that turnover. Bagong pasok to, coach.
Mag-i-inbound yata si Coach Ronnie Gahandong. Ganding. Alam ko siya mag-i-inbound eh.
Yan, si Coach Ronnie Canding, actually batchmates sila ni Vergel Meneses, Bong Ravena, Jolly Escobar, Eric Reyes, Joey Guanyo, a good friend of our mentor Noel Zarate and Bonel Balingit. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third. Diwa posting up.
Again.
Nakadukot na naman si Diwa.
Because I feel that Coach Ronnie reads that they don't have enough post defense to, you know, stop them from scoring from that end. Let's see that, Ken.
So that instant replay of the game is brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako. So power play ang pinairal doon ni Jason Diwa.
Very easy, 2 dribbles, banging bodies on the second bump. Goes inside pivot for that easy right-handed finger roll.
So after natablan nila, they're now trailing by 5 points, 49-44. Itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel. Wei Young sends it to Genji. 9 seconds left on their shot clock. Crossover dribble, penetrates, floater, wala. So balik ang bola dito for Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
Unfortunately, not much ball movement on that last offensive set para dito sa Kuala Lumpur. Very uncharacteristic of their team. The good thing they're only down by 5, so they need to make good on this possession.
Wong Yiho, pilit na tira, muntik pang pumasok. So refs huddling. So initial call is overturned, so bola pa rin ng Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
I like that they overturned that, Ken. They did the right thing. And the referees are really good at that. Oh, beautiful play!
Gandang knockout doon, Wong Yiho.
Libreng-libre naman yung pagkakaroll nun, Ken.
Escaping the defense now has 13 points. Samantala, Marvilla Hermosa, poste, turnaround J is pure.
Nothing but sweet sugar on a turnaround jumper.
Samantala, Wong Yiho, this time wala. Fast break attempt dito. Jake Diwa, pull-up jumper. Pabandang tira pa yun.
Yan ang difference ng big man ng FSD versus a big man ng may stop and pop na pull-up on the perimeter. And may floaters din, of course, from Jan Colina. That's the difference, I think, from a skill set para dito sa bigs natin versus Kuala Lumpur.
Wong Yiho, wala sa kanyang tres. As Filbasket is brought to you by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation.
And I think what's missing also, Ken, with May is not just the volume, the 3 points, it's the opening up of the lane para sa mga bigs nila to be able, and cutters to be able to make that cut at habang dinedepensahan siya 3, can throw it out there para mas libre yung layup. Ngayon, everybody's clogged inside the 3, lalo na inside the paint rather, lalo na the 3s are not really that falling that much and the volume of attempts is not really that high para dito sa Kuala Lumpur.
So after a tied game, itong Cavaliers, 9-2 run, make that a 9-4 run. Dahil yung si Yongjin converts on that left-handed under goal stab.
Ganda ng left-handed finish na yon para sa Kuala Lumpur.
Diwa, guarded by Wei Young. 3 minutes and 44 seconds left. At Jojo Belnas, may nakitang foul doon.
He was trying to stop Diwa by using that arm, and a lot of the coaches would actually teach you defend with your legs, not with your arms. So you really just have to wait for that sweet spot when that shot is going up, and that's enough for you to just raise your hand without having to foul the shooter.
Both teams pareho nang nasa penalty as Jake Diwa makes good on the first.
If he makes this, I think they're going to go on a press here. Speaking of FSD, of course. There goes that press now.
Jake Diwa, now top scoring for the Cavaliers with 14 points. Aseel escaping that full court press. So 2-guard lineup dito. 2-point guard lineup para dito sa Aseel. Yongjin, mid-range jumper, no good. At Jan Formento, nakitaan ng foul doon. So free throws na tayo dito, Coach Mike.
Wala siyang magawa, mas malaki yun. Ibit na lang niya yung braso eh. Hindi naman siya nag-contest because he's guilty of it. But gusto ko rin yung ginawa ng Kuala Lumpur to break that press. Very quick, no, without much dribble. Unlike some of the teams, pag nakakita ng press, they try to beat that with the dribble. A lot of coaches that we know would actually tell you beat the press on a pass. Much as possible, not on a dribble. Not unless you have a really good point guard like, I don't know, Steph Curry, that you can break his press by himself.
And credit that to Coach Guga Batumalay, the 38-year-old former point guard for the Malaysian National Team.
Minsan talaga may advantage pag point guard ka, diretso ang coach. No? Yung peripheral vision mo and what you want to execute, nandun eh.
3 minutes and 18 seconds left. Cross-court pass.
Bad pass.
Bad idea. So our prize bunny sponsor is brought to us by Emedisure Pharmacy.
Well, it was two things, no? The angle to which Villar Hermosa threw that ball, or how he threw that ball, and you know there were two guys in between, so they couldn't tell kung para kanino yung pasa na yun.
6-point lead being enjoyed by the Cavaliers. Yongjin hands it off. Wei Yong attempts a free. Wala. Custodio grabs the board.
Well, hopefully Megan will be able to come back for Kuala Lumpur, Ken.
Custodio swings it. Formento back to Custodio. Villahermosa from the left corner. Wala.
There you go. Kuala
Wei
Lumpur
Yong
immediately after a miss or a live turnover, that's what they do.
Wei Yong. Pasa dito kay Yongjin. Siya naman tumira sa tres. Yongjin surprisingly knocks down a three.
Somehow, you get the feeling, Ken, na ang Kuala Lumpur, kahit sino ka pa, big man o guard, but you're free, you take that three.
Lisensyado talaga tumira kahit sino. Mapa big man, mapa point guard, mapa small forward. Mark Villahermosa loses the ball. Double whammy.
Double whammy, tama ka doon. Villahermosa caught reaching on the arm of number 50 guy para dito sa Kuala Lumpur. And I think siguro that's the reason for the change in the game as you see that three, Ken.
Ito, veterano na yan, si Yongjin. Kasama niyan si Kwek Chen Yen.
Oh, and how the game has changed really, Ken. Ano? Dati yung big man mo, parang diyan ka lang sa ilalim, pumoste ka lang, hindi ka magdadala ng bola, hindi ka magdetres. Ngayon, you get to give them the license to do these things na normally ginagawa ng point guard. Which brings me, kanina I was talking to sir there over at that slow-mo monitor. He was saying, ngayon nga, meron pang mga pro-grip eh. Dati nung panahon namin, sabi ni Coach Arik Del Rosario is kayumito lang ang ginagamit namin para kumapit yung bola. Ngayon pa pro-grip.
So 2 minuto na lang nalalabi sa third quarter. Joffer Custodio for free.
Yung firepower talagang dinadalan tong Custodio at saka Villahermosa sa FSD kakaiba.
Sa ayan, Joffer Custodio, hindi mahihiyang tumira yan, coach.
Correct.
Meanwhile, a fast break layup converted by Hel Francisco. May kasama pang foul.
You are not going to outrun Hel Francisco because he played 120 hours of basketball game non-stop.
Ganda ng setup job. Mark Villahermosa setting up Hel Francisco.
You like that yung wing is filled on that transition. Very basic when you run a fast break.
6-point lead at naagaw na naman. Custodio, this time from the left flank. Sobra yon. Wei Yong pulls up. Short.
Hirap ng floater na yon. Full stop. With that speed.
Ooh. Muntikan pa, but Jan Colina cleans up the miss.
They gotta stop this bleeding.
Medyo nawiwindang na dito ang Kuala Lumpur Aseel. They are down by 8 points as we take a look at that fast break play. Francisco this time nagmintes pero nandun si Jan Colina para sundan yung tirang yun. So 62-54 is our tally. Lamang pa rin po ang AFP-FSD Makati Blazers. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Muntinlupa Sports Complex for the continuation of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Wee Yong Gun, acrobatic attempt, wala. Naghahabol pa rin sila dito, Coach Mike.
Yeah, I think that shot was bothered by the defense of John Colina. Just went straight up.
Solid defense for the veteran. So pagkakataon na naman for the Cavaliers to erect a double-digit lead anew.
Ganda naman ng move na yun.
Yongjin grabs the board. Under 1 minute left in the third. Acrobatic layup naman para dito kay Wing Tian. Wing Jet pala, rather.
Wing Jet. Kita mo talagang sleeper ito, no? High flyer eh.
Parang jet nga talaga. Bagay na bagay yung pangalan.
Correct.
Villahermosa kicks it out. Kani back to Custodio. Good ball movement.
Agree. Nice pass.
Custodio, pumukol sa tres. Pasok yan!
That's gotta go in the highlight reel, Ken. That's gotta go in the highlight reel. Beautiful basketball there for FSD. And napapangiti na lang si Coach Ronnie Gahanding.
Pangalawang tres na yan ni Joffer Custodio. Pumersa na dito sa loob. Itong veteranong si Yongjin.
And the veteran Yongjin just telling the young guns, come on now. Let's start competing. Come on now, guys.
Last shot time in the third quarter. Kani. Villahermosa. Pumukol sa labas. Muntikan pa yon. But at the end of three quarters, it's 65-58. Lamang pa rin dito ang AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. As we take a look at some of the highlights of the third. Good cut inside. Ayan, yung pumped up three-point play ni Jem Genti. Sa kabilang dako naman, itong dukot. Itong si Jake Diwa, top scoring so far para dito sa Makati with 14 points. Wong Yi-ho trying to keep in step. But Joffer Custodio, two big three-pointers here in the third quarter to bring the lead up to 7 points, 65-58. Fourth quarter in just a bit. Sports Complex kung saan unting-unti nagdadagsana yung mga tao dito.
Yeah, and you can hear the drums playing now because we are 1 quarter away from the very first game of the hometown team. Angelis EOG Coolers from Muntinlupa, mamaya yan.
Samantala, maganda itong larong natutungayan natin dito as we take a look at the quarter scoring so far, Coach Mike.
Well, so far it's been always FSD with the lead in each of the quarters, except for the third na 2 points lang yung difference. Medyo okay sana yung quarter na yun for Kuala Lumpur, but that run in the latter part of the quarter gave that more cushion para dito sa FSD.
Yeah, actually nakatabla na sila 44 all. But
Right.
nag-counter ng 9-2 run itong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. Kaya ngayon lamang sila ng 7 puntos.
But that 7-point deficit is still, very doable for Kuala Lumpur.
Jin, who had a big third quarter, mintis sa kanyang mid-range jumper.
Jin really looking to score here para sa Kuala Lumpur.
Custodio takes off his defender. Pasa dito kay Villahermosa. Drives in the middle. Pins. Takes the jumper and it's good. Woo! Gandang footwork, coach.
Grabe yung footwork na yun. At saka the patience to make that shot despite the contact. As we see there, Ken, look at that. Hand in face, basket in.
Kilala nyo naman si Mark Villahermosa from last season. He averaged 14.2 points per contest. Alam nyong licensed gunner talaga ito para kay Coach Ronnie Kahanding.
Yeah, and anytime, as soon as you get to see a really clear look at the rim, go for it. Yan ang lisensya para dito kay Villahermosa.
Double-digit lead being enjoyed once again by the Cavaliers. Wing Jet sends it. Jin. Wong Yi-ho attacks.
And see, yun yung difference, Ken, with Mei in. That high ball screen on the wing, once that roller comes in and receives that leather from top of the key, the first look is always to look to the corner, to which you would see Mei there. But without Mei, medyo nag-hesitate sila. Kasi, do you want to take the three or do you want to cut inside for a backdoor?
Ito si Wong Yi-ho kasi, although he's capable from the outside, is naturally a slasher talaga, coach.
And sometimes you go by default kung ano yung natural na game mo, so you don't force that shot even if that's already there for you to take.
2-for-2 for Wong Yi-ho. He now has 15 points. Pasok dito si Renz Alcoriza. So ito, dalawang gunner na for Makati, Alcoriza and Villahermosa. Sabay na dito sa loob.
And the luxury of Coach Ronnie Kahanding resting Hubert Cani for Renz Alcoriza. Ang sarap maging Ronnie Kahanding ngayon.
Dagdag mo pa dyan, Joffer Custodio.
Correct.
Muntik nang maagaw doon. Ayun, tuluyan na naagaw. Wong Yi-ho, transition attempt. Sayang.
Good defense there by Renz Alcoriza. Not going for any steal. Just going in front of the offensive guy. Try to bother him enough to have lost that ball on the end line.
8-point lead, under 9 minutes left. We would like to thank Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Villahermosa, pumukol sa 3. Pasok yan!
Actually, sobrang deadly ng setup na yun para kay Villahermosa. Even if he doesn't use that first screen, he still gets a second screen to leave his guy for that 3. But that time around, isang stagger pa lang kinuha niya, naka-3 na siya kagad.
13 puntos na para kay Villahermosa. As ayun, muntik na naman mag-turnover.
And Kuala Lumpur's struggle to set that table on the offensive end continues as the guards continue to hound them.
So that instant replay is brought to you by Smart. Simple. Smart ako. Kasing simple lang nung tira na yon ni Mar Villahermosa.
Bumabaril pa kay Coach Ronnie Kahanding after throw-ins.
Feeling ko, Coach, excited siya makabalik dito sa Filbasket.
Yeah, tsaka I think naramdaman niya yung hirap ng team niya in the first game, di ba? Sana nandun ako, nakatulong ako, di ba? So right now, he's really pouring it in. I guess the frustration out of not being able to play in that first game.
Pero pinagpahinga muna siya dito as we turn you over to Naj Miravalles for this report. Naj?
Thank you, Ken. Kanina nga nung nasa dagat tayo ng Kuala Lumpur, Aseel, ang hinihingi lang ng coaches sa kanilang players ay good defense. At liitan pa ang lamang ng kalaban. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Naj. As we turn you over dito sa Kuala Lumpur, Aseel still struggling here in the fourth. Down by 11 points.
Wei Yong could have gotten that ball to Kwek on the corner for the 3, but instead opted for that more difficult bounce pass. Oh, nice move there.
Oh, nakatakas doon. Sayang, hindi na-convert doon ni Wei Yong. But they still have the ball. Wing Jet from the parking lot. Wala yon. Alcoriza grabs the rebound.
So I guess threes are not a specialty of Wing Jet.
Talagang high leaper to, coach eh. As Alcoriza uses the screen. Hesitation dribble. Sorry, miss.
In-anticipate niya siguro yung bunggo, Ken eh. Kaya sumobra yung tira niya.
Wei Yong, pasa dito ay Wing Jet. Pumukol na naman sa tres. Wala pa rin. Kwek Chen Yin. Wei Yong swings it.
Good.
Wong Iho. Nice drop pass to Wing Jet.
There you go. That's more his range. That's more his range inside the paint. Saka malakas ang katawan, ha?
Good dish by Wong Iho. As Filbasket is brought to you by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by Leone Agri Corporation. Custodio rattles out on that free.
Now they're down only by 9. The deflections, though, napakaganda para dito sa FSD.
Quick breather lang para dito kay Marvil Hermosa. Pinasok na naman with 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in our fourth quarter. Wei Yong, walang alinlangan kaso mintis doon sa kanyang mid-range jumper. Villahermosa being hounded by Wong Iho.
Napakababa ng fast break points nitong dalawang team nito at 6 and 4 for FSD and Kuala Lumpur respectively. As you see that layup by Jake Diwa.
Jake Diwa glides down the lane for his 16th point. Double-digit lead na naman being enjoyed by the Cavaliers. So delay of game warning whistled against the former Adamson Falcon, Chad Alonso. Chad Alonso, batang-bata pa talaga gumalaw, coach, ha?
Yeah. Parang mga marquee lang yan, ha? Talagang condition pa rin eh.
As we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multisport Scoring Solutions for our digital scoreboard. Pang-apat na yan ni Chad Alonso. Kaya naman papaltan siya dito ni Jan Colina. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left.
Kung ikaw ang big man ng Kuala Lumpur, lumabas si Chad, palakpak ka, pero pumasok si Jan Colina. Sakit ng katawan pa rin yan, di ba? Because of banging inside. Yan ang, I guess, specialty of the house nitong mga bigs ng FSD.
Off-fake curl, nagmintis doon si Tem Genji. Alcoriza, sidestep drive. Wala, pero may natawagan doon against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
And frustration creeping in dito kay Alcoriza after that really hot start in the first quarter. Now he's been missing and he's really just trying to get himself going, finding that rhythm para at least masecure na itong panalo na to para sa FSD.
Alcoriza looking for his first points of the second half. He had 13 nung first 2 quarters. Si Alcoriza, alam ko kasabay nito sila Levi de la Cruz from Arellano University. I think naabutan din niya Justin Narana na yun, na-injure nung last game niya sa NCAA. Hopefully, he's gonna make a good recovery. Former Pasig Santa Lucia Realtor nung naarang Filbasket Subic Championship. As he splits his charities, talking about Alcoriza, Kwek Chen Yin swings it. Nice fake there. Wong Iho, mid-range jumper, wala. Tapikan doon, nakuha. Lumabas at mapupunta dito sa Cavaliers.
When we said that frustration creeping in kay Alcoriza, I think that's the same thing here for Yiho Wong. He feels the same way na parang, nakakapagod din at some point, but you still gotta compete. And he can't go out because wala si May May.
So one of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu.
There's that screen that they're trying to run for Alcoriza since that first game.
Mark Villahermosa.
Ganda.
Pulls up. Rattles out. Jan Colina nandun para sa offensive board. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left. A dozen lead being enjoyed by Makati. So foul na naman kontra dito sa Aseel. 14 foul here for the Aseel. Still trailing by 12 points. Colina. Villahermosa pumoposte. Kontra kay Genji. Naagaw na dito. As Wong Iho, easy 2 points.
finally getting a basket after quite a long spell para di sa Kuala Lumpur. But they need more of that to come back.
17 points for number 11. Number 4 naman, kapos sa kanyang 3.
Ill-advised shot para kay Villahermosa. Immediately looks at Ronnie Hing and apologizes. He knew that it was on him.
Kaya naman napa-timeout muna dito ang AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. Lamang sila dito ng 10 puntos. Balik tayo dito sa Muntinlupa kung saan nagdadagsaan ang mga tao at bakit naman hindi. Our next game is quite a good one.
As we see the crowd here from Muntinlupa, ganyan po passionate ang bayan ng Muntinlupa sa game ng basketball. And they're picking up because the next game is going to be the team of Muntinlupa.
Meanwhile, Yongjin for 3, wala. Nahuli si Alcoriza.
Immediately si Villahermosa, collecting his team, telling him, hey, hindi pa tapos to. I didn't play here to lose. So let's secure this win. It's still under 5 minutes remaining, and if the 3-pointers of Kuala Lumpur somehow go in, they have a good chance.
Quick shout out to our fans all the way from Malaysia watching this game as Wong Yi-ho short on that frame. You know, Coach Mike, you gotta love the Malaysian fans. Every ball game nitong Kuala Lumpur, Aseel really supporting them online.
Right. And talagang nandun yung suporta. And yun naman ang kagandahan ng pagka nag-online tayo. No? And people can see the games even if they're not in the venue.
So Filbasket is presented to you by Pure Gold. So to all our Malaysian fans watching online, Terry Makasi. I don't know if you understand, but thank you so much guys for watching Filbasket. As ito, Diwa. 3 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Pulls up. It's good! Jake Diwa now with 18 points. Tong Kuala Lumpur Aseel, Coach Mike, as another turnover forced there. Jake Diwa, hard foul whistled against Xiao Jian. Hindi nagustuhan doon ni Jake Diwa yung foul ni Xiao Jian.
As you see that replay right there, really hard foul, not even going for the leather. Eh kasama na rin sigurong nahirapan na rin sa game. No? They couldn't, dumikit kami kanina, but now quarters going, the game's almost to its end. And we still couldn't catch up with FSD.
Sama ng tingin doon ni Jake Diwa, who's having a splendid ball game so far, Coach. 18 points and 7 rebounds. So hard foul lang daw, Coach. Walang unsportsmanlike foul. Jake Diwa knocks down his first free throw. As Coach Ronnie Canding, I'm sure pretty happy with the performance of his ward so far.
Yes, and coming out of that very frustrating loss, which he says na opening game jitters, talagang naniniwala siya that their team can actually compete in Filbasket, and kaya sabi nila, we're coming back, and opening day jitters lang yan, okay lang yan, that's not gonna impede any of our intent to win and get into the at least the playoffs in Filbasket.
Meanwhile, too aggressive on defense tong Cavaliers. So penalty na, magkabilang koponan, Coach.
And And so no advantage at all for either of the team. It really would just, I guess, prolong the game because of the free throws on fouls here on end, except for the offensive fouls. And I guess if you kind of look at it, there's still enough time for Kuala Lumpur, but they really need to step it up from a defensive end. Extend their defense, get the stop on the backcourt, and if they cross the half court, force them into forced shots, and then go in the transition on the other end through the live turnovers, which is really what Kuala Lumpur does.
Still struggling itong si Kwek Chen Yen here dito sa Filbasket. Misses on that first free throw. Coach Guga, a picture of frustration so far. Empty on that free throw line dito kay Kwek Chen Yen.
Yeah, kasi kanina, even if when I talked to him, when he said the news about Mei Mei not being able to join them in this game, he wasn't dejected. Parang he still had hopes na, you know, we can get this one and go to a 2-win streak. But then things are not falling their way right now.
Wong Yi-ho pulls up from beyond the arc. Wala. Wee Yong-gan kicks it out. Kwek Chen Yen. Sidestep move. Finds Wong Yi-ho inside.
Twice they did a drive-in kick until the latter end of that one. They went for the interior pass, converting those 2 points. They're still down right now by 11. They gotta up the tempo here in the defense.
Under 3 minutes. Under 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. Alcoriza. At mapupuntukan na sila dito ng 24.
Coach Ronnie Kahanding not happy with that last offensive set. Para dito sa FSD, immediately gets Jofer Custodio to sub in for John Colina, possibly for fresher legs for the big guys.
Still enough time for Kuala Lumpur Aseel to mount the comeback. 11 points ang kailangan habulin. Wee Yong-gan, crossover dribble, drives through the gut of the defense and scores.
That, I think, is the least defended shot by Kuala Lumpur in a long spurt. And hopefully that brings them something.
Let's see if they can build on that shot from Wee Yong-gan. Villahermosa being hounded here.
Veteranong Villahermosa talagang gumagamit ng oras.
5 seconds left. Kicks it out. Diwa for 3. Wala. Wong Yi-ho grabs the board. And we're down to our last 2 minutes of the game, brought to you by Smart. Simple, smart ako.
If you're Coach Ronnie, you like that they used up the clock, but you don't like them not being able to convert. As we see a foul down there.
Babalik dito sa free throw line. Ito si Wong Yi-ho, who now has 21 points.
But those were definitely hard-earned points para dito kay Wong Yi-ho.
Oo, lahat talaga ng puntos, pahirapan. But still, managing to score 21 points. But that time misses on that first free throw.
Wong Yi-ho went 5 of 16 from the field and 4 of 11 from 2 and 1 out of 5 from 3. That really just goes to show the struggle. He could have gotten better looks kung nandito si Mei Mei.
So I stand corrected, 20 points pa lang.
Yep.
Pala ito si Wong Yi-ho, but still cutting the lead down to 8. 1 minute, 46 seconds left in the fourth at agaw dito. Gandang pasa, Wong Yi-ho for the touchdown.
Now it's a 2-possession game, Ken. We still have a ball game.
So wag kayong kukurap, matagal pa ito. Wong Yi-ho scoring para dito sa Kuala Lumpur Aseel off a turnover, cutting the lead down to 6. 71-77, 1 minute and 41 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Coach, sobrang saya. Fans are back as we take a look. The awesome threesome nitong Kuala Lumpur Aseel, Zen Jimchi, Wei Yongliu, and Wong Yi-ho during their last matchup against ICC Blue Hawks, really scoring well. And kahit dito sa game na ito against the Cavaliers, led by Wong Yi-ho with 22 points.
Yep, and nandun pa rin naman yung production ng tatlong ito, pero yung interior defense talaga nahirapan sila against the bigs. That's why you have Diwa leading the scorers for FSD, and those coverages inside the paint are really just tough for Kuala Lumpur right now.
Ito, full court press being employed.
Oh, good steal right there. It's completed. Ball's loose.
Helter-skelter basketball. Ayun, tuluyan na naagaw. Xian Fu recovers.
Wow. And the crowd just loving it.
You gotta love the hustle nitong mga Malaysians.
Right. And by nature talaga, ang Pinoy, they love underdogs. At this point, lamang yung kalaban. Talagang umaasa sila magkaroon pa ng miracle na, you know, something that would make this game balanced at least between these two teams.
Tandaan nyo, 1.5 minuto lang lulumang itong Kuala Lumpur Aseel. They have a chance to cut the lead down to at least 4 points with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
But the order of the day really is to make these two free throws first before anything else is planned para dito sa Kuala Lumpur.
Megan Mahadivan, di na nakabalik.
Yeah, that's one huge factor though. You don't have that roller and that big man presence inside that could compete maybe with a Diwa and a Colina. Maybe that could have changed the complexion of game, who knows?
Ganda ng dreadlocks nito ha. Xian Fu instantly becoming a fan favorite. As Wong Yi-ho, solid all-around performance, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, leading his team. Kaya lang, Mentes yung pangalawang free throw.
Oh, another steal by Kuala Lumpur.
Muntikan pa.
Dangerous passes here by FSD. They gotta do a better job of taking care of the leather, not immediately pass to where they're looking. Gotta make those ball fakes and lookaways before you make the pass.
Makati definitely not out of the woods yet. As there's a review of that last,
right?
that last out-of-bounds play.
So we're not certain yet na FSD ang ball possession nito, which would make it interesting then. If this possession goes to Kuala Lumpur with 1 minute and 27 remaining, that's still a good enough chance for them. Let's see how this goes. That ball, pass, tip. Oh, that looks like it's gonna go last on Kuala Lumpur.
So yun, malinaw, Will Yonggan.
Good decision though by our Filbasket refs. Good call on that one.
So pressure pa rin para dito for Aseel. Kani finds Villahermosa. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Villahermosa. Custodio, cross-court pass. Diwa, pumoste sa loob. Pumwersa. Muntika na yun, but a foul whistled against Wee Yonggan.
Grabe yung Diwa. Hindi naman kasi siya ganun ka-big man eh. Pag tiningnan mo, roughly is about, what, 6 feet? Or on some good day, 5'11". Pero yung post-up play niya can go against any of the defenders put up on him by Kuala Lumpur. That free throw though missed, so Kuala Lumpur still got a chance.
Actually reminds you of a little bit of Marquee, coach, no?
Right.
Undersized big that could post up. And yun, efficient din sa free throws.
Sometimes kasi it's all about your hustle play inside the paint, not really about height.
So, increasing the lead now, back to 6 points, 78-72 is our tally. Magbabalik po kami. Live tayo dito sa Muntinlupa for the continuation of this game between Makati and Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur trailing by 6 points, 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 14 seconds.
And have time on their side.
Actually, medyo nainis siya nung una, but realizing
Realized,
the situation as Hubert Cani troops to the line for 2 free throws.
Right. And that's what pros do in the game. You know, you understand the situation and you understand kung ano yung dapat natin gawin, not really just taking everything in stride.
Cani 3 points, 4 assists. This time, medyo mas babad siya in this game compared to that 5 minutes ng first game nila.
Baka tune up lang yun sa kanya yung first first laro niya, subok lang. No? But now it's really getting more of exposure in the game.
3 possession lead being enjoyed by Makati. Wing jet. Nice drive inside by Xiao Fu.
Drive. 2 possession game.
Di pa
They need
tatapos.
one good stop.
Pressure being applied here by the Aseel. Villahermosa escapes the defense.
Talino ng Villahermosa.
36 seconds left in the ball game. Villahermosa, no choice by Jen T but to foul.
And Kuala Lumpur still battling to the end. As we see that beautiful layup there.
Nag-freeze doon si Francisco with the jab step. Gandang drive by Xianfu, who actually stepped up in this game.
Right, he did. At least in the latter part of the game, towards the mid of the third and early in the fourth. Especially with that dive he did kanina.
Yeah.
No, talaga nobody was getting that possession. And look at that.
Coach, gusto ba ganyang haircut, Coach?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to promote his candidate for the next elections.
Ay, maganda dito, Coach. Meron tayong barber dito, courtside. Nakita mo ba yung isang video in an NBA game? A guy
right.
sa Minnesota yata yon, as Mar Villahermosa now has 14 points after that free throw.
So you mentioned that, Ken, you're planning to have a haircut here in
Tingnan natin, ha. Kailangan ko muna ng lakas ng loob.
Why not, no?
Kagaya nito ni Mar Villahermosa, knocks down both free throws.
At hindi lang lakas ang loob, buo ang loob ni Villahermosa na i-basket yung free throw na yun.
15 points for Mar Villahermosa. As we stay on the air here, lamang dito Makati 81-74. So Coach Mike, although malayo pa ito, 33.3 seconds left, anong kailangan gawin nitong Kuala Lumpur Aseel?
Well, I think they still have that goal of being able to at least tie this game and force it into an overtime. But I guess this is really more of situational for Kuala Lumpur now. They want to try out some schemes that they can use as they head into the SEA Games, because you need this type of situation in order to build that atmosphere that, you know, you're down by as much and you need to produce points as quickly as you can.
And noticeably on the bench, Wong Yi Ho, who stopped scoring for the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, heading to the locker room. Looks like meron siyang injury, Coach. And up next, itong family brand Atami Zardine Zamboanga going up against itong Angeles Resort EOG Sports.
14 seconds to shoot.
Time not on the side of the black shirts.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice inside pass.
Nice pass. Good play.
Kwek Chen Yen cuts the lead down to 5.
Still a 2-possession game here.
Malayo pa ito, Coach. Villahermosa sends it. Cani. Bigay dito kay Custodio. Cross-court pass. Buntikan pa. Maagaw.
Oh, that's a foul.
Quick foul whistled against the veteran.
Quake immediately apologizing to Villahermosa really was just trying to go for that leather, but eventually hit the face of Villahermosa.
Gentle Giant to si Quick Chin Yin eh.
Pero ang ganda ng last play ng Kuala Lumpur na yan, ha? They masked it, it's a box set. They masked it with an elevator play and a corner fill. Eventually, ang focus pala nila is yung fronted na na post on the weak side. So that's a good lob, and they could use that in the future for any of the in case of game situations for Kuala Lumpur.
Mark Villahermosa, 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. 3 possession lead at tuluyan na naagaw dito ng Makati. As time winding down here, 83-76. And Kuala Lumpur Aseel choosing not to foul.
And Coach Ronnie Kahanding finally could say it was indeed opening jitters as they go on their first win here in Filbasket, and as the coach of Kuala Lumpur now will try to figure things out, especially with that injury from Megan. And we saw that Yi Wong went out in the latter part of this game. Hopefully nothing serious for them, and a good win for the Cavaliers.
The Makati Cavaliers notched their first win of the tournament, winning 83-76 against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. As Kuala Lumpur Aseel drops to 1-2 in the standings. Good show of sportsmanship for the Black Shirts.
Oh, and that was huge to me. You come in this place with much hostilities on the physicality of the game, and you end up bowing to your opponents after a good loss.
Meanwhile, itong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers really doing a good job keeping in step dito sa Kuala Lumpur Aseel. Kuala Lumpur trying to get back into this ball game, but itong Makati Cavaliers really steady. And speaking of the Makati Cavaliers, we turn you over to Najmi Cavalles for our best player of the game presented by Pure Gold.
Thank you, Ken. Our Pure Gold best player of the game is Jake Diwa. Jake, ang ganda nung laban, sobrang dikit. Ano yung sabi sa inyo ni Coach Kahanding sa fourth quarter?
Focus lang kami sa game plan namin. Then, yung depensa ang importante para manalo kami sa game na to. Then, focus sa game. Walang ibang intindihan, kundi mag-focus sa game.
Jake, sabi nga ni Coach Kahanding, kung ano man yung mga natutunan nyo last game, dapat i-apply nyo sa laro ngayon. Ano sa tingin mo yung mga naging improvements nyo this game compared dun sa last game?
Sa ngayon po, mas nakita namin yung team play ba? Yung team play namin para manalo sa game na to. Nung last kasi, di pa kami masyadong nag-gel sa loob ng game. So ngayon, mas komportable kami kasi nakuha namin yung gusto mangyari ni Coach para manalo sa game na to.
Message to your fans, Jake. Message ka na sa fans mo.
Okay. Ayun lang, binabati ko pala ang aming Chief of Staff, si General Centeno, ang aming J1, si Major General Perez, ang aming Chief OSPS, si Colonel Ginulbay, then sila General Gonzales, General Albayani, lahat ng Armed Forces of the Philippines na sumusuporta sa amin. Then, happy birthday kay Lloyd Arceo, Suset Rection, sa FSD Makati, tsaka sa family ko, sa mga taga-Bataan. Binabati ko kayo dyan. Suporta lang kayo sa akin. Maraming salamat.
Ang daming fans. Thank you so much, Jay. Congratulations. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Naj, and congratulations to Jake Diwa and the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers winning over Kuala Lumpur Aseel 83-76. So up next, Family Brand Sardines going up against Angeles Resort EOG Cooley. That's gonna be a barn burner, Coach Mike.
Well, I can't wait for this next game to start. Let's get the show on the road.
So on behalf of our whole broadcast team, Najmi Cavalles, Coach Mike Perez, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Stay tuned for the continuing coverage of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship.